How we doing? Good.
Laminated. Carved on stone.
Yeah, right. Embrace.
Morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. We ask you if you're able to please rise for the opening prayer and pledge of allegiance before we convene our commission public meeting. Dear Heavenly Father, we celebrate this day of life in the beautiful area that we call home. Majestic mountains, vibrant with their colors, the beautiful forest full of wildlife, the walking trails, and the stunning scenery. We thank you that you're perfectly faithful. You stand on your promises and you never fail us. You instruct us to bring everything to you in prayer. So many times our prayers are filled with what we want instead of being thankful for what we have. Let us be eternally grateful for the blessings you've bestowed upon us. As we near another Thanksgiving season, remind us to give thanks to you. Now we ask for your guidance and wisdom to direct our paths. May our conversations be respectful with an open ear to listen, with patience to each other. Grant us the grace to see and understand different points of view, and may we do this with a sense of unity and love. Let us strive to reflect your will as we move forward. These things we bring this day in your name. Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning. We'll convene the Commissioners' public meeting at this time and ask for approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do you have any public comments on agenda items only at this time? The audience? None online. Okay, moving forward. Reports. Nikki, good morning.
Commissioners, I have presented for your ratification invoices due through November 20th, 2024 to be paid on November 13th, 2024 in the amount of $700,707,386.14. Sorry.
You can do it.
In the general fund, it's 90% of that. Grants were 2.25%. RMS was 7.38 and escrow was 0.17%.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a motion to accept the accounts payable?
Yeah, I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Any questions or comments?
Can you say that number again?
No, I can't.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, under informational items, I believe we have Richard Howell from the Airport Authority. That's Frank on here, but Richard, you want to come up?
Well, I really don't need to come up, sir. The authority doesn't have much update.
You wanna bring-
I want to introduce our buddy here
Yep.
from Southern Airways, who has a very important announcement.
If you come up to the podium, Mark, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here this morning.
My pleasure.
If you can introduce yourself for the record.
I'm Mark Sestari. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Southern Airways, and it is football season here in Pennsylvania. And there is a big game this weekend between Penn State and Purdue. And even though my son went to Purdue, and our other new city besides Williamsport is West Lafayette, Indiana, I'm cheering for Penn State.
Thank you.
Don't tell my son. The other good news is when we had our event with the chamber, we gave away 2 tickets to Sunday's Steeler game in DC, and the winners were delighted. They had a wonderful, wonderful trip there. So anyway, enough for the fun. Let me tell you the good news. Since I was here last time, we've been hard at work with the airport commission, with Richard and the chamber, and I'm happy to report, after much of war and trying to loosen resources, we will be improving and expanding our schedule here from 10 to 12 round trips a week. We're also going to be overnighting aircraft here, which is going to allow us to dramatically improve our schedule. So tonight, I'm presenting this to the Airport Commission, and if they sign off, our new schedule will be departing weekdays 5:50 a.m., which will get you to Washington at 7:20. The afternoon flight will leave at 2:45 and get you there at 4:15. Pretty much optimal timing. On the returns, Dulles to Williamsport, 12:50 in at 2:24, and the cleanup flight is at 5:25 in here at 6:59 p.m. It's just about the perfect schedule. So we're really, really excited about this. Some of the benefits, much better connectivity for business travelers. If you're going to someplace like Raleigh, Durham, or Atlanta, or Jacksonville, this 550 trip will let you get to those destinations, or a place like Boston before 10 in the morning, which is really what the business traveler needs. The other thing that's going to be great is that this schedule will allow for your local travelers out and back same day to DC. They leave at 5:50 a.m., do a day's worth of business, come back at 5:25, be home for dinner at 7 p.m. That was not possible before, and I cannot tell you how many local travelers have been asking for that. I think from the council's perspective, as being a business partner in this, I've had my analysts look at this, and they believe that this schedule change will generate a 25% increase in ridership and revenue, which is very significant. It should get our ridership up around 70%. The higher our ridership, the higher our revenue, the less of the revenue guarantee we have. So we've accomplished what we want to, and I appreciate your patience. So that's the good news for Williamsport. I did spend last week at corporate, so I have a couple of updates there. As I think I might have mentioned in the last meeting, we are receiving 90 new Caravan aircraft over the next 5 years. We're completely refleeting the 50 that we have. Maybe we have 46 now, but the fleet will be updated and upgraded, and then we're going to also get back in expansion mode. The first two of those planes are arriving this weekend, and I hope to bring one of them up here next weekend. And when we have the schedule, I'll send a notice to Richard and to you folks. Hopefully you can come out and take a peek. It's a beautiful, beautiful interior, much improved passenger comfort, and like a new car, much better reliability and lower repair costs. So we're looking forward to that. The other major news from corporate, half of our business is in Hawaii. We have a lot of business out west. We have a footprint now in Chicago, and our headquarters has been in Palm Beach, which has been nice in helping me keep my tan. For the folks from Hawaii, it's a long trip. So effective February 1st, we're moving our corporate headquarters to Dallas, which will be right in the middle of our network, and will make for a lot better proximity to more and more of our markets. Plus, Dallas is a hub for Southwest and American, so the talent pool there should be good in terms of hiring of all kinds. So anyway, I'm really happy to be here with the good news today. I know you have a long agenda. I'm happy to take any questions at this time.
Yes.
When do you think those early morning flights will begin?
We're going to start January 1st. We didn't want to disrupt folks who had already bought tickets for the holidays.
Right.
So we'll start fresh in 2020. Around. Other questions?
Do you, the latest return flight you said was 5:30 to,
5:25 gets here at basically 7 p.m.
do we think that's late enough?
It's the best that we could do without incurring significantly more costs by having to have 2 crews on every day. It would have really negatively impacted the revenue guarantee. So, again, our goal here is we capture the ridership, we're not limited to this number of flights. But until we do, we have to strike this balance between perfection and the good. But I'm very pleased with this. We worked really hard on it.
So an earlier departure time and additional flights.
Yeah.
And we'll have pilots staying overnight here in Williamsport.
Yeah, oh yeah, and the pilots will be eating in your restaurants and, going to the movies and spending money in, well, not in the bars, but All right, thank you. Great to see
Any
you.
additional questions? No, thank you. Yep, thank you.
My pleasure.
I
Thank you for being
would
here.
just like to say, I'm sure there's many wonderful things about Purdue for your son. Football is not one of them. So
Basketball.
Basketball's more there.
I understand why you're rooting for Penn State this week.
I don't have any money on the game, but I am rooting.
The basketball season has begun. They'll be fine.
I know. Thank you all.
Thank you.
This is critical. Obviously, the county would have some financial liability concerns if we weren't moving forward, and progressing the way we are. As far as guaranteeing debt in the event that this didn't work out, TSA pulled out. Pulled out.
Yeah, the critical part is making sure TSA stays here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, other informational highlights. Michael,
Good morning.
morning.
We have one personnel action for an elected official for the Register and Recorder Office. Aubrey Hess, Clerk 4. Pay grade 5, $16.4285 per hour, 75 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date Monday, November 18th, 2024.
Okay, good news. Thank you.
Thank you.
Personnel actions.
Wanted to make my entrance again. Good morning once again. Approve the following personnel actions as conditional offers of employment, subject to the successful completion of a background check and all other employment conditions. In the prison, Rachel Fox, licensed practical nurse, pay grade 10, $30 per hour, 80 hours per pay period with an effective date of December 22nd, 2024. Also in the prison, Jay Rice, correctional officer, union position, $20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date November 25, 2024. And also in the prison, Joshua Clancy, correctional officer, union position, $20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date November 25, 2024.
Okay. Motion to accept personnel action.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Questions or comments? All fair side. Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
And then, sports 5.1, change order.
Yes.
Morning, Forrest.
Order. So this is order number 6 for the contract we've been running with accessibility work at our first group of 30 polling places. We are getting closer to the end. It feels like the closer we get to the end, the longer it's going to go at these last couple sites, but they are still doing work at a couple places. This is for additional door work at Northway Community Church. That's the polling place for Loyalsock Township 5th Precinct, big precinct, about 1,600, 1,700 people out there have used that church. We've had it as a polling place for many years. We want to get the work there exactly the way they're happy with it. So we're going to have to spend a little more money to do that and have it be accessible. I'm anticipating this and a change order next week to extend the duration of the contract by 2 weeks so they get all the work finished up.
Okay, and again, we want to make sure everybody has access to be able to vote.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5.2 and 5.3, Maya.
Morning, Mac. Morning, commissioners.
Morning.
Morning, Chris.
Good morning. Oh, somebody thinks of me.
The first item I have for you is vote to approve the grant contract with Commonwealth Financing Authority This is to assist with the equipment purchases needed for the new coroner building. It's in the amount of $346,511.
A motion.
I'll make the motion. I'll say.
Kate, you have anything you'd like to add? And she says with a smile. Okay, one step closer. One step closer.
Yep.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
And the next item I have for you is vote to approve the list of contracts approved by the Director of Administration for the month of October. And this was as a result that we were halfway point through the prior change in policy the commissioners directed. So we only had 3.
Any questions? Motion to accept.
Yeah, I'll make the motion. I'll say.
All fair side?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
For Shannon. Resolution 2024-.
Morning, Shannon.
Morning, Commissioners. This is a resolution to extend the original resolution that you approved back in August regarding the tropical storm Debbie. So this will extend the no-cost permits for those affected only by flooding issues due to tropical storm Debbie. So originally they expired last Thursday, November 7th. And this will take them from November 7th to December 23rd in order to allow them time to get their permits in, work with the zoning administrator to make sure everything is handled according to the zoning and floodplain ordinance, and make sure we have all our I's and T's dotted and crossed. As you know, we had the meeting last week with with Lewis Township, and I think that everybody kind of knows what needs to occur now, and we'll be moving forward with that.
Thank you. Motion to accept resolution 2024-24.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5.5. Tom. Any request?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
This grant is a grant we're applying for to Spirit of the Blue through the efforts of Katie from the DA's office and Maya. Just a quick update. We did receive the $15,000 grant to buy vests. We were having 8 officers. Their vests would expire next year. Vests are only good for 5 years. That 5 years up was next year. So we did get a grant to purchase those. And we also bought a ballistic shield for making entries into the residence. So we were able to pay for the vest and that out of that grant. This grant is to the, that was from the First Community Fund. This grant's to the Spirit of the Blue. We came up with a wish list early in the year, and Katie's been trying to find us monies. Katie and Maya working together for all these things. We're still trying to get some shock gloves. Those are a very good tool to make people compliant when they're trying to get them in custody, or if you're escorting them in custody. They're less than lethal. I had them demonstrated on me, and you do comply. They're pretty effective.
They're pretty impressive.
Yeah. It replaces using something like pepper gas,
Or a taser.
or a taser.
Yeah.
Tasers, as you know, you put 2 prongs in somebody. A lot of times they got to go, there's a cost incurred with that. They got to go to the hospital to be treated sometimes and remove things like that. These aren't. They're benign. They're quiet. You touch them, the preferred place is down by the wrist because you have a lot of nerves, and you get total compliance right away. So I think they'd be a great tool for our officers to use. We're also trying to, it's the same list we've been working off of. I think we talked about it back in June or July of this year. We're also trying to get the headsets, tactical headsets that our officers can wear when they go in the door. They'd be able to communicate better. They're noise canceling for when you throw a flashbang, and then you can still communicate and talk hands-free to each other. Our video cameras, that's a tool we use almost daily. They're all 4, 5, 6 years old, some of them, and they have a shelf life too. They start wearing out. So we're looking to replace those. We also would really like to get a drone. That drone is something we'd use quite often for surveillance type situations. Even conducting surveillance during a controlled buy, you can put those up, get them high enough And the technology now is great, the pictures you can capture for things like that. So that's on our wish list. And then spike strips. Trying to get spike strips to put in the vehicles. We were out on a detail several months ago now. Time runs away from me, and we borrowed a pair from Old Lycoming because we anticipated this person would run. And we used them twice that night while we were setting up for our operation. Old Lycoming, who we borrowed them from, Lycoming Regional, sorry, they actually had a pursuit, and one of my agents was able to get out ahead of it, and we deployed them for them and stopped their pursuit. And then we repaired them quick and went and used them for our detail. So it's something we can use. I really don't like borrowing things. We'd like to have them at our disposal because they're a tool that, you don't need them all the time, but when you do need them, you need them. You could stop a potentially dangerous situation at a high-speed pursuit. So they're the items we're still trying to get, and we're looking to apply to this Spirit of the Blue for some money to help with that.
Can I say something about the
Yeah.
Spirit of Blue Foundation?
Absolutely.
Um,
Could you have to identify yourself, please?
I'm Katie DeSilva, and
Okay.
I work in the DA's
Yep.
office
Thank you.
on projects, and they do not give cash grants. They purchase the equipment and they ship it to you. So it's an in-kind donation, and it's a national organization. They give grants to police departments all over the country. And their typical grant is between 2,500 and 7,500. So, but they ask you to provide them a wish list, and I think there's more than 52,000 on this wish list. And they decide which thing they're gonna buy for you. So we're also applying. I finally submitted to Halliburton request with my house last week. And it's the same stuff we applied for to Halliburton and talked about back in July. Halliburton's not gonna buy all of this stuff either. So we're just gonna keep chipping it away. But the Spirit of Blue Foundation lets you go into their website and update your list whenever you want. And they keep your list permanently. And every quarter, they make awards. So if we don't get something this quarter, we might next quarter or the following. And they try to distribute their awards through the whole country. So I think it's a really cool foundation. And they only do departments that have officers. They don't do fire companies. They don't do other types of public safety, just crime.
You know how long they've been around?
I think it's something like 9 years.
Okay. Relatively.
Yeah.
No, I've seen those compliance gloves and demonstrated. They're impressive.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You've had them on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
can
Somebody,
you bring them in and do a demonstration on Scott?
Sure.
can you get us a cop or a pair for us too, so we can get him in compliance?
Yeah, they'd be good for meetings.
So when he starts acting up, we can just say.
There you go.
That sounds like a fundraiser.
Did he try to steal my joke?
I think he did.
Yeah, they're impressive and they definitely get someone's attention.
And they're quiet. They don't make a noise like a taser. You don't even really know what happened. The person that they're on, dude.
Grab the back of the person's elbow and they go with you.
Yep. So,
You know?
any questions?
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay, a motion to approve the submittal of the funding request.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Tom, can you stick around then?
Sure.
Thank you.
5-6, Malik.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Malik.
Seeking your approval for the 2023-2024 Fair Subrecipient Agreement with American Rescue Workers in the amount of $150,000. This is a 2024 approved budgeted item.
I want to thank the rescue workers for all they do for the community. So they just celebrated, I believe it was their 90th anniversary. 90th? I think it was.
It was something like that.
Yeah. Okay, motion to accept.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
All in favor, side.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Malik. Have a good day. Thanks.
5-7, Ken.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Ken.
Before you is a purchase request for a snowplow and a salt spreader for our dump truck out of Lysock that will allow us to do all our own plowing out there.
This is a way to reduce expenses by us doing it
Absolutely.
on our own
Yes.
instead of leasing it out.
Correct.
Last year, I believe the bill was 37,000. Bill for 13,000.
So we're upon that season. It's gonna be snowing before we know it.
Let's hope not, but yeah, we'll get the plow, maybe I'll scare it all away for us.
Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Thank you.
5.8, Commissioners seeking your approval on resolution 2024-25. I'll go ahead and read it. Resolved that be resolved that this resolution serves as a funding commitment as authorized by the Board of Commissioners to the Williamsport Municipal Airport Authority for the Small Community Air Service Development Program and its commitment to providing funds as outlined in Exhibit A. County funds allocated to the project shall be subject to the availability of budget funds duly adopted at the regular meeting held on the 14th day of November 2020. Signed, Scott L. Metzger, Chairperson, Mark Swartman, Vice Chairman, Mark Messina.
This is to help provide the funds, I believe, for the SCASI grant,
Yes,
and the airport had committed 400,000. The local chamber of commerce and local business partners had contributed 150,000.
right. This is the county's contribution to the local match.
And this is as needed, a drawdown
Correct.
if they need it.
And just like Mark was saying, as the ridership increases, the utilization of the revenue guarantee funds declines.
Any questions? Motion to accept.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
And lastly, Commissioners, seeking your approval on the reappointment, Commissioner Scott Metzger, Conservation District, effective 1/1/2025, 12/31/25 as a one-year term. Metzger is our commissioner representative on the district.
Are they happy with this? Do they want that?
You can read that.
You can go out on Wednesday nights if you'd like to. Chris, do I abstain from this?
No, you can vote.
Okay. I served on, prior to me, Commissioner Marabito did this for years. Serve on the Conservation Board. They do fantastic work throughout the county. It was an honor to serve on it last year. Very educational to hear all the projects they do throughout the county. So if appointed, I look forward to going out and serving with them again. So,
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
all fair side?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Commissioner comment?
I don't think I have anything this week.
We had the Veterans Parade last Saturday in Muncie. It was a great day for the weather. Muncie did a phenomenal job putting on the parade. A lot of attendance, and as I walked, I looked for veterans to walk over and thank them for their service, and just to look in their eyes. A couple of them had tears running down their cheeks. Shows you how much they love this country and what they sacrificed. And they're so appreciative of being recognized and being thanked. And we should do this every day of our lives. Without them, we wouldn't have our freedoms. It was a great day. And thank you to the Borough of Muncie for a great job.
It was a nice parade.
Yeah.
And I, now that you mentioned veterans, I did want to also thank Lycoming Engine, because I think they've been holding a luncheon. They said it's on their 18th, maybe. So a long time. And it's nice that a local business supports the veterans as well and holds that for them. They do have a beautiful wall inside their building of the veterans that work for Lycoming engine. And that wall continues to grow as well. That wall's been in place for about 4 years now. But it's very nice that they did that.
And then Matursville had their Veterans Day service on Veterans Day on Monday, 11 a.m. They had a great turnout. They bring the third graders over from Leiter, and they walk over and they sing 2 songs to the veterans. And it's really, really cool to watch that. And tremendous. Every year the crowd continues to grow. And it was a great, Don King does a great job as master of ceremonies. Carol Savoy, the whole crew down there at the cemetery, they put on a fantastic program for the veterans, and we want to thank them.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, as far as Scott's appointment to the Conservation District, we're all on things. We all have our groups that we cover. Scott is obviously conservation. He's also on CEDACOG. I just want to say that, Mark and I are new, and, we're green, we're excited, we're learning a lot, and anytime you're in a new job, you come in with a little excitement. Scott's been here a long time with the county, and now this is his second term. And sometimes you see in life that people kind of get comfortable, they get lazy. And Scott really works hard, and he's been a benefit to us, and he puts in his time. He's probably putting in more time, maybe. Well, I don't really know what he put in before, but he's certainly not putting in any less time. And he's at these events. He serves on these boards, and he's been very helpful to Mark and I as we've kind of learned the ropes. And now that we've been here almost a year, we kind of feel like we have a clue of what's going on, and we're excited about 2025. But you hear these stories and you see these people, whether it's an elected person or whether it's in the private sector, whatever, that people get in their spot and they get comfortable. And sometimes comfortable gets a little lazy. And Scott has not been that at all for us. And Mark and I certainly appreciate it. And we hope the people around appreciate it too, because we don't agree on everything, obviously. That's how boards work. And I'm a Democrat, he's a Republican. We certainly don't agree on some things, but we work hard together, and he still works hard, even with all the years that he's put in.
Thank you. And it's a team. I'm here to just be part of the cog, and I'm no better than anybody else, and we work together as a team. And it's nice to have 2 partners that think along those lines and work together as a team. And it's not just us. It's the row officers. It's the employees. The employees are the ones that get things done around here. And we value. They're our greatest asset. We value them greatly, department heads. And so, when I used to go away to different trainings, it was neat to sit in rooms and listen to them talk about, Lycoming County's doing this, Lycoming County's doing that. We need to go talk to them because they're in the forefront of these different types of programs. And that's one good thing, that no matter what department you came from this county, you were doing something new and exciting. So we want to thank the employees, department heads, elected officials, because we're all a team here. That's how we get things done. You're only as good as the people that surround you, no matter what organization you're in. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by some very good people much smarter than me. So thank you.
Public comment?
Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Jennifer Remby, and I'm with the American Rescue Workers. I wanted to come here and thank you. We are so eternally grateful for the fair funding subrecipient agreement that you approved today. It demonstrates your commitment to addressing homelessness and its prevention in the community. We did in fact turn 90 years old, and thank you guys for coming to our birthday party for the
fun day.
What a fun day. It was absolutely phenomenal. We fed about 700 people that day of our mostly our food insecure neighbors. And so it was just tremendous. I just have to tell you one little story. There was a little girl at the end. We had I don't know, I probably had 15 different pizza joints in the borough, like delivering pizzas on the hour, every half an hour, or we would go pick them up, and there was some leftovers, and there was a little girl and her mom who were at the end of the event. We gave a bunch to our residents that are in our shelter there at Elmira Street, and there was this little girl. We gave her a whole pizza for her and her family, and her mom was carrying a couple sodas and bottles of soda, and this little girl was carrying up Elmira Street, up the hill, this whole pizza, and she was like, she was so excited. It was just awesome. Like, she just thought she had won the $1 million lottery. Today's action on the fair subrecipient award to the American Rescue Workers to support homelessness and its prevention in the city and Lycoming County is a powerful example of your dedication to improving the lives of all of our residents. And as a sub-recipient, we will continue to provide critical resources to those who need it the most, helping them find stability and a path forward. We extend our sincere thanks to the commissioners for your compassion, leadership, and continued support in building a stronger, more inclusive community. I also want to thank the employees that help to administer that grant, that award from federal sources. It's no small feat that they do, and they help us keep us on track so that all of the powers that be up the food chain continue to, we all stay in compliance. So thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, if there's any way that you can help out during these seasons, we are coming into the Thanksgiving and Christmas season, and all these organizations have needs. Great way you can reach out to them and volunteering your time or finances, whatever way you can do so. I know they're greatly appreciated. Thank you. Any from the audience? Any from online?
No, online.
Well, we've completed our agenda, so we will be scheduled back here November 21st, I believe, next week.